What's up, YouTube? It's Credit Guy Frank here coming to you today with yet again another video. All right, y'all already know how I do it. I get straight to it, man. But first, like always, man, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Send this or other videos on this channel who can help anybody it is that you know. All right, it's one of the only channels where you can literally scroll, close your eyes, click on any video, and I guarantee you I can give you some game somewhere about something involving the financial industry. All right, now today I want to simply talk to you guys about how you can maximize your funding and continuously get funding. Okay, there's a lot of ways to do this. I have made a couple of videos on other ways to do this, but this is a brand new way that you can do this. And also, of course, it's going to involve you having good credit. Okay, I've made plenty of videos previously on how you can have good credit, how you can clean your credit, different things like that. And I will continue to create those videos because I understand that there are new people coming in and you guys need to learn the same way. You might not want to go back 4 months. You might not want to go back 7 months. You might not want to go back 2 years. Even though a lot of the information on this channel don't change too much, I give you guys updates when it comes to things that just change. Like, all right, well, hey, you don't need, or you can't have 3 or 5 things on your credit right now. If you want maximum funding, you got to have 8 things on your credit right now. Okay, so things like that, I will update you. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't need to change a lot because I give you guys the real, the raw, straight how it is. All right, now as always, man, comment 100K under this if you're gonna make sure that before the end of the year is out, you're gonna run up 100K. All right, we are here in August. You can easily clean your credit within the next 60 to 90 days for sure. And I'm talking maximum with that. And then literally it's funding time after that. Okay. Also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop down 3 new accounts that you can get on your personal credit, because the credit accounts that you need to have on your personal credit will continue to increase. All right, so I'm gonna give you those here so that you can have, if you already got, and they're not gonna be like what you already know, right? So if you already got like Kickoff, you already got Credit Strong, you already got Self and things like that, they're not gonna be the generic ones. We're just gonna continue to add to it, okay? So, number 1, of course, you want to have clean credit, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna always start there because that's where your bread and butter is. All right. And if you are one of my students and you already know that we're going to have good credit so that we can protect our credit. We're not going to have good credit so that we can utilize that good credit and put our whole credit line on the line just for one account. Okay. Because when you go to apply, the first 3 things you need to apply for, you need to be double dipping. You need to be getting $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 on each application, $40,000 minimum on each application, depending on which bank that you're utilizing. All right. You don't want to go and get slow money. You don't want to go get a $15,000 credit card, just one. Makes no sense, okay? So maximize that funding. It will also help your utilization, and it will just allow you to continue to increase money. Like, that is the name of the game. I don't know another way. I don't subtract, we just add, okay? So make sure that that credit is clean for your benefit and everybody's benefit around you, because it is going to follow you around for the rest of your life, all right? That's number 1. Number 2, add 8 personal credit accounts to your personal credit, all right, on your credit file, okay? Now, you want to make sure that you do this because you want to always be above that threshold on what they like. Now, can you get it funded when you got 4 accounts, 5 accounts? Yes, you can get funded, but you will not get the maximum amount of funding. I can tell you that right now, okay? So add 8 accounts, positive accounts, primary accounts, not including any authorized user trade lines, okay? That comes after. But add 8 accounts to your personal credit. You can do it all at the same time. You don't have to wait to see visually, okay, well, I know I paid for it. I know I put my information in, but I just want to see if it's going to post. Guys, you don't have time. Add those accounts. Pay whatever it is that you got to pay. They're usually very, very cheap. They could be $1. They could be $20. They're very, very cheap, okay? They're not expensive. Credit Strong can be expensive, but you don't necessarily need the highest one, all right? As long as you have them joints stacking up and as long as they see that you're dealing with multiple different people and everything is good, it's all good, all right? Also, make sure that there are no negatives on there, like none. If you had any late payments within the last 24 months, get that off. If you got any collections on your credit, get that off, all right? Now, After you add those 8 accounts, and remember the 3 new accounts will be in the description along with my phone number that'll be above anything. So if you need any help, definitely feel free to contact me, man. I'm always available. Text first. My phone be jumping. So make sure you text first. Do not call, because 9 times out of 10, I ain't gonna be able to answer because it's just too much going on. And I don't want to answer for one person and then I answer for 4, 5, 6 other people. All right. It's just not fair. So text first. Let's come up with a little game plan. And then after payment, maybe before payment, depending on what it is that you want to do, depending on the trust that we built, we can go ahead and jump on the phone, get everything done. And then I'm going to walk you through each process. I'm not just going to leave you through this process. All right. So that's number 2. Number 3. If you haven't done this already, which I know most of you guys have a business already, open up a business, okay? Once you open up a business, this gives you the gateway or the path to where you can then transfer some of that money that you're gonna be getting when you have that good credit or when you have those positive 8 accounts, all right? And then you go and get funded, guess what you can do, okay? If you have a business, you can actually transfer those funds on the business side. Like a refinance in a sense. You can transfer those funds on the business side to where you can then continuously on your personal side go get funding. Do not be afraid to be used as a personal guarantor, or do not be afraid to use yourself as a personal guarantor when you come in to fund your business as well. All right. That is literally 2 solid ways that you can get money once you got personal credit, but you don't want to just operate solely on the personal side, because if or when you forget to pay a small $2 payment on anything, that is going to negatively affect your credit. All right. Maybe if some of you guys had good credit for about 4, 5, 6 months, you came in on a hard time, it's back to school time or something like that, then you missed the payment, boom. Now your credit took a hit. You're not going to be able to get the same funding that you was able to get before that happened. All right. So that's one way that you can do it. You can get it on the personal side, okay? Then you can refinance it on the business and change it to the business side. Or you can also operate under your business. Of course, you need to build that up as well. Of course, I have the tools that you need to build it up. And then you can use yourself as a personal guarantor. Yes, you can go in with a blank, in a sense, as long as it's structured correctly, business, and then use yourself as a personal guarantor as well. But you're not going to get the maximum amount of funding if you don't have that business kind of built up anyway. But you can get funds, okay? American Express is really, really lenient when it comes to that. As long as you got things lined up, you can go ahead and get that for sure, okay? Another thing that you could do is you could use the auto conversion loan play. Okay. Now, this works best at Navy Federal, which is probably why Navy Federal really ain't the best bank anymore, because there's been a lot of plays that's just being ran on them because they're just extremely lenient. And they're not, well, they used to be, and they're not like other banks. Okay. Navy Federal is a small bank just for like military folk and things like that, but it's still easy to get in, guys. You can say, hey, my great-grandfather was in the military. He was in this war. I don't have any of his information, XYZ. Or you can use somebody's access number and then they can get you in that way. Okay. There's other ways that you can get in, but that's like the most common way. So we just gonna keep it real brief on here. Okay. Now, you could do that, which means you go online, you got the good credit, right? You go online, you go and you apply, like say, hey, I want an auto loan. Call somebody, talk to somebody, whatever it is that you want to do. There's many ways that you could do it. Once you get approved, which you will, because you're going to have great credit. Once you get approved, you'll then get that check, okay? What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take that check to the dealer after you choose the car and all of that good stuff that you want. And then you give the check to the dealer, they give you the car, it goes that way, okay? The reason that they call it auto loan conversion is because if you do not find that car, if you end up not getting that car for whatever reason, but it's up to your discretion, if you keep that check, you put that check in the bank, guess what? They're gonna then turn that into a loan, okay? And once they turn it into a loan, you have like a little minimum payment or whatever, but it really doesn't matter because if you got $60,000, bam, all right? You getting your foot in the door and then you can easily grow, you can easily scale from that, okay? So that's a few ways that you can definitely grow, scale, and continuously fund your personal side and operate on the business side. Also understand that there's not a limit of LLCs that you can have, okay? So if you do that on one LLC, you got some stuff over there, go ahead and create another one. You got a 60 ball, you got a 50 ball, go ahead and create another one. It's going to be very easy. It costs like $100 some to create an LLC. All right. And you can continuously do this. You can continuously do this. Not saying auto loan conversion, you can continuously do that. But you have other plays to where you can get funded and things like that. And then you're still growing and you're still building on the personal and the business side, because you need to be operating just like that. All right. You need that personal credit to be good so that you can fund your business or businesses. And then you also need that business so that you can have some type of transferability to where you don't have to keep everything on the personal side and risk so much on that side. All right. Now, as always, man, hit me up if you need anything. Personal credit, credit cleaning, business building, buying businesses and stuff like that. We're going to really dive deep into that, because that's what I've been into lately. Crypto, as you know, has been booming. It's going to continue to boom for the next 5 years. I always put you guys on what's going on beforehand, but you need to run these plays. You need to stop getting discouraged, and you need to run these plays so that you can make sure that you're going in on every opportunity. All right. I have people all the time just simply just text me or call me and thank me, because like, yo, you doing this for free and I appreciate it. I've been in a position, I've been making the plays, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, and I just appreciate it. All right. That's always cool. But as you guys know, I don't like attention, don't want attention, don't really care for it. I just want to see you guys win and everybody you all love win. Take this information, do what you want to do with it, all right? But it's valuable information and every single person needs it. I don't care if you got bad credit. I don't care if you got good credit. Most people with good credit don't even know what to do with their credit. All they know to do is spend with their credit. All they know to do is buy a house, buy a car, something like that. All right? You're just spending, you ain't making. It's Credit Guy Frank here, coming to you today with another video.